morning here in Belgrade. I'm headed to find a bakery to get some pastries for my breakfast, going back to the hostel, getting some coffee. I'm a little freaked out here this morning because the main street here is shut down and there's riot police everywhere. They have their shields out. They're all looking at me a little strange. This is weird. I found a bakery here. Gonna go inside, look for a couple of croissants or something like that, little muffins, get some breakfast. A bit freaky this morning walking around here. They've closed down the street next to my hostel. Police cars and motorcycles, and we have riot police with shields out and barricades up. Streets are completely empty. Yesterday, this time, these streets had hundreds and hundreds of people, thousands of people, tourists walking around, and now there's nothing. Over here I see two police vans, and up ahead I see two giant buses, police buses. It's really a very odd feeling, like the streets are completely just empty. And everyone is really looking at me very strange walking around here. Okay, but why are there so many police on the street, and what's happening today?
Today it's happening Belgrade Pride 2016, and because of security, some people who are in Pride and another else people, there is police just to care about Belgrade streets.
So to protect the people in the parade?
In the parade, and and someone else, walkers, tourists or anything, because a few years ago, I think that 2010, yeah, before 6 years, we had really bad experience about Belgrade Pride when hooligans attacked people who were in some parade, in parade, and they just take a lot of problems on the streets.
Okay, and after 2010, it was okay? 2011, 12?
I think 3 years. I think 2011, 12, and 13. There was
no problems.
No pride, LGBT pride, but last 2 years everything was fine, and there wasn't a problem.
Okay.
Any problem.
So today should be no problem.
Today should be no problem, and I hope that not a problem.
I also mentioned that I have an interest in this particular parade on a personal level. I identify as bisexual, although I've never actually marched in a pride parade or participated in the events. So I'm not planning on participating in this parade, but just simply watching and observing and capturing the video. I've gone in and out of the hostel a couple of times, just a short distance through this little alleyway out to the street, and checking on what's happening, and then I go back to the hostel and then back out to the street. I was just informed here by the receptionist at the hostel that the security guards in the area, the police, actually went into the hostel to see how many guests are here and encourage them to keep the guests inside and not going out of the hostel today during the parade and everything that's going on. So they're trying to keep as many people off the street as possible to prevent any problems. Of course, I want to get some video of this and what's happening, so I'm allowed to go out there. They're just encouraging me to stay in, which I'm not going to do. On this side of me over here, we have the press guys. There's like 5 or 6 guys with cameras, video cameras, shooting video. Behind them you see the street is blockaded with probably, I don't know, a dozen police officers. But the opposite side, down this street down here, you have dump trucks with barricades, and at the end of the street probably 50 or 60 policemen all in riot gear. Guys up here with the shields. Guys down here with shields. Back behind me, about every other building, a guy with a shield, all in riot gear. This is really the strangest, oddest parade I've ever seen in my life. I mean, I'm happy for all the protection and for the precautions that are taken to protect the participants in the Gay Pride Parade as well as the people around it, but it's just really unfortunate that they have to go to these kinds of extremes. But I would prefer this rather than the physical violence that could take place. It's about 12:40 now, and the parade is just beginning. I can see the crowd starting to move about 4 or 5 blocks away behind me and starting to head this direction. It's just so odd to see that there's hardly anybody on the streets. You can see it's just empty. There's probably only 500 people or so in this parade, maybe 600, and there are actually more police here than there are participants in the actual parade, which to me is quite remarkable. See the people in the parade on this side over here, big flag, security guards on this side over here. Really great security for this parade. Back at my hostel now, and the parade is over. But I should probably explain that in Serbia it seems like an extremely homophobic society here in general, and that's what locals are telling me, that there's just absolutely no tolerance or very little tolerance for gay individuals, particularly men with other men. It seems like that's the big concern. And so there's a great amount of violence that happens to this day and in past years in other places, and it's a regular thing. So to see this kind of event raw and live and happening like this is quite remarkable, and I applaud the city here in Belgrade for the amount of security and effort that they're putting into protecting this event so that it can actually happen, and giving these people a safe space to have their event actually take place. So congratulations and kudos to Belgrade and the effort that's put in there. That's all I have for this episode. Savor the moment, be happy, pursue your dreams, pursue your passions, and I'll see you in the next episode.